What is up, my loves? It's your girl Diamond, and I'm back with my own review of Love Marriage Huntsville. Y'all, what occurred this past Saturday and what has been revealed on Carlos's King Messy Recap with Tisha. I'm gonna need for the Scots to not expect sympathy from nobody. I'm gonna need for them to not expect for anybody to believe that they're on their side. They are understanding. They are showcasing black excellence because y'all now. Y'all have just proved that no matter what, no matter who it hurts, as long as it doesn't hurt you, y'all are willing to go along with the bullshit. No matter what it does. And we're going to get into that right now. So, we are back with Martel claiming that he has proof that Marsau has cheated on Tisha, right? Tisha and Marsau are laughing at him, calling out his love, saying, what you got? Show your proof. What you got, right? Kimmy is in the background saying, you do this every year. Every year you claim you got something you want to reveal. You claim you got something you want to show, but then nothing happens. Pump your brakes, Kimmy. Why is this now something you can now just automatically, magically just pinpoint and get? How come you just know his pattern already, and why are you surprised by his pattern? This is what Martel has been doing since season 1. He has said things, taken them back, said things and taken them back, and y'all have still carried a friendship with this man. So why are you surprised now? Y'all can miss me with y'all saying y'all tired of Martel, always saying what he has and he never comes through with it. Y'all not tired? No, y'all not tired. Because y'all was standing idly by while he was doing all this shit to Mel, making up lies, making up stories, spreading false narratives. Y'all never said shit. Y'all weren't tired about that shit. Now when he got revealed about y'all, that was obviously OT, because we're going to get into that in a minute. Now y'all tired. Now y'all annoyed. Now y'all can't be friends with him. It's all cap to me. It's really cap, right? So Martel's spazzing out. He's foaming at the mouth. He's crashing out by saying, I follow dude code. You mean to tell me that there have been bitches we fucked together and I'm not going to say nothing about it? As Maurice is standing by trying to calm Martel down, we all know why Maurice is standing there. Because he wants to present as if he's supporting Martel by telling him, relax, relax. And also telling Kimmy, shut the fuck up. Because if he comes at you, he's going to reveal what he knows about me. And I can't have you be aware of that. I'm already embarrassed you enough with my DUI. Please shut up. So Martel is revealing names, okay? Obviously female names that proves him and Marsau have fucked women together. It could be him talking about a time when they were in college and they were messing around with a lot of women, or it could be Martel referencing when he was doing his dirt by cheating on Mel, Maurice and Marsau were having their fun, because we all know Martel has this pattern. He has this tactic. He likes to present OT and make it as if it's new information. I'm going to need the unedited version so that way y'all can reveal these names and not keep it a secret. And even Martel decided to attach Tisha in the mix by saying, oh, by the way, while we were doing our thing, your wife, she slept with one of my friends. Yeah, and I saw it. Your girl is nasty. I was like, wow. Now, Tisha knows exactly who he's talking about, because when she wanted to address it by saying that was back in college, Marsau stopped her and said, we're not about to address it. Y'all might as well, it's out in the open now. Even though this is old news, I'm not in the process of agreeing with someone slut-shaming, but I felt like y'all were actively slut-shaming Mel all this time. When y'all believed that the things that she might have been doing with other men, from Martel's mouth, y'all went along with it. So I don't feel bad about this is being revealed about Tisha. I really don't. Kimmy said it was a low blow of Martel to bring Tisha in the mix. But Kimmy, there have been tons of low blows targeted at Mel that Martel has been doing. You never called it was a low blow. You never said it wasn't right. You stayed quiet. So y'all can fucking miss me with that. And I don't know why we're involving Tisha in this. There was no point for her to be mentioned, but at the same time, Destiny is still wanting the fun field day to still keep going, and I don't know why. I don't know why she's not getting the hint that this is not good. This environment is getting a bit hectic, it's getting a bit crazy. But no, Destiny wanted this moment. She wanted the smoke. She wanted all of these big, crazy moments, because this is what Destiny likes to thrive in. So another question that she asked was, is along with your significant other, who has shown up for you the most? Again, those questions had nothing to do with the other cast. Those questions were specifically directed towards Martel to answer about Mel. That's why you wanted Mel to be there. How come the first question you asked is who hurt him the most? What? Destiny, your obsession with Mel needs to stop. Okay? You and Martel's obsession, all right? Now, nobody agrees that nobody has shown up for nobody. Marsau decides to say the only thing that Martel did show him was not to leave his family for a shareable side chick. Marsau, how do you know she was shareable? And where did that come from? See, the information you know about Martel from what he told you, I don't know why Tisha isn't looking at you funny as to how you can have all this information about Martel and yet you don't think he knows anything about you? Like, it's just crazy to me. I can never understand how Tisha could turn a blind eye to what her husband has definitely been inviting and being open to being a part of. But again, Tisha, you're not innocent either. And when he said that, Martel is about to go ham again. And we also get to the reveal of Martel asking Marsau, has Melody ever tried to suck his dick? Knowing that Marsau was definitely antagonizing Martel or what he's told them about Ariane, I said, why are we involving Mel in this? And why would you even repeat that question about Martel asking you? Why is Melody even involved in this? So Marsau said in the confessional that he feels like Martel has always accused everybody of cheating. Wrong. He's accused you of cheating and he's accused Mel of cheating. You added Kimmy. Kimmy was never accused of cheating. She was accused of being a side chick that you went along with. You said Nell. Nell was never accused of being a cheater. She was accused of being a side chick. But at the end of the day, y'all went along with his narrative of believing that Melody cheated on him. And y'all never stopped and say, wait, we know Mel as long as we've known you. Mel would never do that to you. Y'all have never said that. Y'all went along with his delusions. Y'all went along with his schemes. So I don't feel bad about the way he's coming at y'all like this. I don't. So now we get to season 3 reunion when Melody found out Martel was cheating. There was a big argument. And Marsau was called to comfort Mel. Martel wanted to project that in Melody's vulnerability, in Melody's pain, that Marsau would have tried something with Mel. But I don't even think that Marsau wouldn't. Because we've seen the way he treats Mel, okay? We've seen the way he is sweet on her. We've seen the way he defends her when things don't make sense. We've seen that, right? But what I found crazy is, Martel, you've known this man since college, and I thought you thought he was a good guy. Why would he ever took that opportunity? Why would he ever take that opportunity to fuck with your wife at the time you were found out to be cheating? So it was sad to hear that this guy would accuse his friend of wanting to do anything with his wife. That's crazy. But you know what else was also crazy? That the rest of the cast still decided to be friends with him the next season. If I was Tisha, I would have wondered, why would he say you would fuck with Mel? Why would he say that? And then I would have ended the friendship right then and there. But that's the kicker part. There have been multiple signs that Martel is not a good friend and y'all have ignored them for the sake of going along with his bullshit to go after Mel. That's all it was, right? And Martel decided to go even lower to say, well, I didn't get a chance to fuck Tisha when my homeboy did. And then Marsau said you could have never have fucked her. Those words would have never left my husband's mouth. As soon as Martel mentioned one thing about me from what I did back in college, my husband would have said, nigga, shut the fuck up. Keep my wife's name out of your mouth. But no, kept on going back and forth. My husband would have never addressed the fact that this man would have never had the opportunity to fuck me. I saw two men going back and forth, discussing women in a negative way, and nobody swung. I'm like, Marsau, you are a bitch ass nigga. And so is your brother. And so is Chris. Lance, I can't say nothing because you're new. Like, all of y'all don't find this as a sign there should be some swinging in this mix. All y'all don't believe there should be some blows. It should have been an all-out war at this point. Like, I would have said something. I would have kicked Martel in the fucking shin if he ever said that shit to me. But no, Martel went even further to get in front of them, get in their face, all aggressive, and told Marsau, you were uglier than you were fatter than you were at the bottom of the barrel. Them words will never left Martel's lips, and my husband never popped them in his mouth. Like, it's all cap. Like, how could y'all even continue to be friends with this asshole? And the way y'all have allowed for these types of conversations to appear in front of the women and nobody said nothing, complacent. All of these women are complacent in the activities that their husband have been doing. That's all I got for that, okay? And Tisha and Marsau, I get it. Y'all were trying to make it seem as if Martel's a liar, Martel's a fool. We're going to laugh at him being a dancing fool. But now I'm looking at y'all funny. Because at this point, anything that was disrespectful towards my spouse, I would have had something to say. I would have said, fuck the cameras, take off my mic, and y'all don't hold me back because I'm going to beat the shit out of this man. That's what I would have expected for somebody to defend their wife. But Marsau never did that. He thinking that not engaging is taking the high road. No, it's pretty much calling you a pussy. Because Marsau, let's not get it twisted. As disrespectful as Martel was to you and your wife, you should have beat his ass. Just like Lewis should have beat your ass. The way you were disrespectful to Tiffany. And the way y'all were always being disrespectful to Kiki. May she rest in peace. Amin had a right to whoop your ass at that day when it was the barbecue. So you can fucking miss me. Because I cannot fathom with you Scots making it seem as if you guys are the greatest men on earth, if the moment that y'all wives are put in compromising situations, y'all don't defend them. So I have no respect for you, Marsau, with the way you allow disrespect for Tisha. None whatsoever, okay? So I'm going to move on from there. It is just so crazy to me that Destiny can just leave the shit she started and play a victim and was exhausted. But girl, goodbye. Bye, Destiny, bye. Now, Tisha leaves. Kimmy is left behind. And she feels like both Martel and Marsau were all the way out of pocket, right? So when she told Marsau, you were wrong. Why didn't you check him when he was coming at Tisha like that? He was getting all in her face. Why didn't you check him? He said, I'm not about to be upset about him revealing that she fucked some guy back in college. Boy, that's the whole point. I don't care if it was in college. I don't care if it was way back when. I don't care. What time it was, when it was, I do not care. This was disrespect towards your wife. This man should never reveal private information of what Tisha did with another man. That should never got revealed. That's the whole point, Marsau. But Marsau said, I'm not about to engage in going after him. I'm not about to engage in an argument with him. I'm not about to engage where he wants me to fight with him. I'm not going to do that because then he wins. That's not the point, Marsau. It's not about winning. It's not about taking the high road. It's about disrespect towards your wife. When it's disrespect towards your wife, everything goes out the window. All logic goes out the window. It's up and it's stuck at this point. Go, Marsau. Get out of my face. So then Martel wants to know, is Kimmy mad at him? Kimmy, don't be mad at me. Maurice already ready to tell Martel, oh, Kimmy's not mad at you, which is why Kimmy stay quiet. Because Maurice just chopped it up like everybody else do. This is what Martel does. He gets upset, he gets sensitive, he gets angry, he lashes out. We all new to this. We're not new to this. We already have been aware this is what he does. And at that point, I can't take it anymore. I'm over it, I'm done. Alright, so we get to Tisha and Marsau. They're coincidentally at a jewelry store getting her jewelry cleaned, and also for her to see if Marsau can finally decide to wear his ring, because she thinks that once he wears his ring, then all of the questions, all the negativity about her marriage is going to cease. No, it's not. Him putting on the ring has nothing to do with the way this man had disrespected you all these seasons, okay? When you asked him, what does the ring symbolize? He said a sign of obedience, but at the same time, he told you in the confessional, you wearing your ring makes all the sense in the world, that people can just look at you, look at your ring, and know that you're married to me, and that's cool. And he said, I can just hold the heart. Girl, the manipulation and gaslighting is just crazy to me, okay? Then he says, people can look at me and think that I'm married. No, we don't, Marsau. We don't. The way you carry yourself, the way you disregard Tisha, we don't believe you love being a married man. We don't. Now, I get it. You're on a reality show. You're becoming a public figure. But, baby, nobody knows you like that. Okay? Nobody knows you. And, Tisha, it's not going to just go away that people have asked questions about whether or not Marsau has been faithful. It's not going to go away. You think that him wearing the ring is going to eliminate all the disrespectful comments? No. This man has invited that energy. He's invited the questions. And he's never reassured you at the same time. Now he's gaslighting you because he's telling you that in the history of the Scots, men, we're the ones holding down with our first marriage. Marsau, that's not a flex to me. If you're holding down that you guys are the first of your generation to stay in the same marriage with the same person, then you have to show it. You do not show that you've been enjoying your marriage with Tisha. You have not shown that you loved her for all these years. You don't show it. So how can we believe it? How can we just accept, oh, we've been married all this time and we've had the longest marriage? People just believe us. People just know we have a love that cannot be denied. Boy, bye. Boy, bye, 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 bye. Okay? Now, it was revealed that while the past 70 years has been a lot, but this past year has been tough. They have been alluding to the fact that they've had conversations about them not being together. I'm sorry, what? What you mean? Y'all had conversations about not being together. Y'all was about to get a divorce? Excuse me? And that's the shit we be talking about. As much as there are content creators who do be involved in your life, we still don't know anything about your life. The fact that you're having a conversation about how your marriage wasn't going to work, we didn't get to see it. You guys have robbed us from that opportunity. The same way how you guys have skated by not discussing the problems in your business, now the problems in your marriage. We don't know how it ended all in divorce or how it could have ended in divorce. And let me also add this, Tisha. What you said on Messy Mondays with Carlos, that cheating is not one of your problems. You have other problems and other issues. What are they? What are they? I really don't believe that it's because your husband overworks and he doesn't spend time with you and the children. Please. Even throughout this duration of y'all being on this show, this man avoids doing anything with you and the kids. He is an entrepreneur. He works on his own time. He's not on a 9-to-5 schedule. So come up with something else. I do believe that you're not ready and you're not strong enough to deal with the reality that your husband might have cheated or was in the process of cheating and you're having a hard time forgiving it. So you're presenting as if you're over it. You're presenting as if I don't have these problems, but I think you do. I really do think you do, which is why you guys have been attaching yourselves to other people's storyline, which is why y'all have been projecting on other people and why you holding them accountable for them not being open and honest about their situations when you don't do it as well. Like, you can miss me. Then he reflects on the beginning of their marriage where Tisha exudes such confidence. He loved walking behind her, but now there's a shift. There's a change. Yeah, being on this show, seeing the way you treated her, the dynamics have changed, right? Because we're going to go down to the beginning where Tisha had the credentials, she had the degrees, but you didn't want her to go out and be a successful career woman. You want her to be Susie Homemaker. If it wasn't for Mel bringing her out the house and giving her the opportunity where she can be a great businesswoman, a wife, and a mother, y'all wouldn't be here, right? But no, then we get to you downplaying that she doesn't have good ideas. Then we get to the anniversary in Vegas that you couldn't even stand up in the church to express how much you love her, express how much you appreciate her. You didn't do none of that. Then we get to the trip you took to Africa, where it was supposed to have been a family trip, but Tisha was having a hard time getting everything together while you made sure you were good. You went on to the trip as the plan was for you to go, and apparently you were there by yourself for however long you were with no cell reception. That was a bit surprising for a lot of people, that a husband took a whole overseas trip without his wife to a place that they've both never been before. Yeah, no. That was questionable. And she talks about how she was depressed. The past 6 years of being on the show, she is tired of everybody coming at her. She is tired of everybody disrespecting her. She's tired of everybody making certain comments about her and her marriage. Well, thank your mother for that, though, Tisha. Because while Martel said what he said, your mother pretty much led the brigade of questioning of whether or not Marsau was cheating. Who brought up the back photo? Your mama did, right? And who brought up your husband not wearing his ring? Your mother did. Like, let's not play this game, Tisha. Your mother ignited those conversations because she was having questions as well. So you can miss me. But in all of that, going through a depression of looking at the comments, all Marsau can tell her was, don't read them. It's kind of hard to not do, right? Because you have thick skin, which I believe is covered with laughter and covered with assholeness, where you don't really listen to what other people say, but you really care about what other people say. Same with Tisha. Tisha is very sensitive. She does value what people say about her. She wants to be liked. She wants to be seen. We know her insecurities of her speech impediment. We know her insecurities about not being pretty for a dark-skinned girl. We know all of that. All of that. So the fact that you can just tell her to not read the comments, it's because of what's being seen. It's because of what's being shown that's led to these comments that you're not reassuring her on. You're not telling her they don't know us, they know I love you, all of this just for the show. You don't do that. All this time being on this show, you never answer direct questions. You question whether or not she should just believe you, and why would she question you? You know me all these years, why would you question me now? All that gaslighting shit that you do. Like, I can't handle it, right? I really can't. And yes, Tisha, navigating your marriage in the public eye is challenging, but you're the only one that's doing it. Marsau does not brag you. He doesn't brag about you. He doesn't uplift you. He doesn't support you. He does nothing. He said it in an episode or two ago that working with your wife could be your biggest ally or your biggest obstacle. All because you wanted to tell him we need to have a better approach with getting the community to understand what we're trying to do for the neighborhoods. He chewed your head off for that because he thought you didn't have a good idea. He never appreciates any idea you have, but yet you hold all the cards because you're the majority shareholder. Along with Tisha wanting her marriage to be respected, and she does not want her marriage to be in the spotlight. For me though, Tisha, I can't give you that understanding and compassion for you wanting your marriage to be respected when you didn't respect another woman's marriage. Even though the marriage ended because of Martel, you didn't make it any better when you had your own comments, your own judgment towards it. And I think that's why you want to stick it to Mel, that you've lasted the title of a wife. Having the title of a wife gives you some sense of empowerment. The same with Marsau. Marsau feels a sense of empowerment for having the title of a husband, but not really working hard to earn that title, in my opinion. And that's the whole point of Tisha wanting Marsau to do. She wants Marsau to stand up for her, but Marsau does nothing but embarrasses her. Which is why, from what's been said from the first scene, I don't feel bad for Tisha. That could be mean of me, but I don't feel bad for you at all. Because you were alongside of laughing at another woman's pain, another woman's misery. So the fact that in this moment you got aired out of your old past history and you're still back in this space where your husband doesn't respect you, doesn't love you, doesn't want to understand why you feel this way. He just wants you to suck it up and just leave it alone. And I'm just going to admit it right here and now. On her Messy Mondays recap with Carlos, Tisha admitted that there was truth to the Revenge P. The Revenge P plot was real, and that Martel had been revealing private videos of Mel and private videos of Ariane to everybody. That reveal says enough that y'all weren't ever going to really make it right with Mel. Y'all weren't ever going to be in a cordial place with Mel. If y'all had been aware of the Revenge P plot from the beginning, and y'all never told Mel about it, because even though she was the one who filed the charges, everybody else wasn't aware and nobody else told her that they knew. That's why when the season opened, everybody just chalked it up with, it's a text message. It's just a text message. Dismissing that Melody was crazy, that Martel would ever do that to her, when you guys were aware that it was the truth. And let me add this though, Tisha. Along with me not feeling sorry for you, you brought Carson Blue on the show because Carson Blue was aware of the Revenge P plot as well. Ariane told her. When she was on that scene at Melody's etiquette lunch, I think you expected for Carson to tell Mel on camera. She never did, but she did inform Mel later behind the scenes. And you didn't want to be included in that because it would have attached you and Marsau for being aware of it. And I think that might have been, what, a year or two prior, the reveal of the plot? Yeah. Yeah, no. Absolutely not. No. Back to how I felt before. None of y'all gets passes. None of y'all gets any sympathy from me at all. And I'm going to move on because we talk about Destiny. They are going to apologize to Destiny for how they behaved at the adult field day. Destiny is not owed no type of apology. She started this shit. She knew what type of questions she was going to ask. It is what it is. But how are you willing to apologize to Destiny, but y'all have never apologized to Mel? All of this vindicated what Melody has been enduring with Martel. Like, I don't think how anybody who were revealed to have been aware of this Revenge P plot are going to escape the backlash, escape the comments, escape the questions. Y'all not going to escape this and blame Tisha for it, because Tisha wanted to be petty and air out Martel's alleged past history because of what he did to her. But she might have shot y'all in the foot. She might have put y'all in an uncompromising situation that she's going to have to own up and admit for. But it all ended with Marsau saying that they don't hold a close enough relationship for them to tell Martel that he was wrong. They don't hold enough of a relationship to, influence each other for them to do right or to do wrong or do any of that. And I'm like, when did the friendship cease? Because I feel like y'all stayed in the exact same place since the beginning of the show. Since college, y'all have stayed close friends for all these years. So it's weird to me that all of a sudden you're saying you're not as close as y'all used to be. Y'all don't hang out as much. Oh, y'all hang out just enough. Just enough for him to include y'all in what plans he has to destroy Melody, and y'all are right there alongside. So I don't care. Whatever y'all trying to say, whatever y'all trying to clean up, it doesn't matter to me anymore. It doesn't. And the fact that you said, if he's willing to do this to the mother of his children, then what might he do to me? You should have been cut him off the moment he wanted to include you in what he wanted to do to Mel. But y'all have pretty much been aware of everything, so I don't care what he does to you at this point. Moving on. So Tisha is making her rounds, okay? She is clocked in for work. She's asking all the right questions. She asked the right questions to Kimmy, and now she's going to ask the right questions to Tisha. Now, we're starting off with, how did you feel about the girls' trip? Tisha just said she was happy, but she was more excited about going home. And then she brings up Destiny's field day and how Kimmy and Destiny were going to reach out to Mel for her to come. I just can't get over the fact that y'all have been aware of the no contact order, knowing that it was a field day with everybody being involved. Martel was going to be there, and y'all still wanted to place her in a compromising situation by being in the same place with this man. Can't do it. But again, Mel said, I'm not going to that shit. The last time I had a field day was in the 6th grade. I'm not missing much. So now we're discussing what's been all over the blogs. All of the Scotts have been in the blogs. I'm talking about your brother-in-law, Maurice Scott, with his DUI. And Tisha just said, we're very happy that he's okay. We're very happy that he wasn't hurt, and we could have lost him. But Melody was like, "Aw, do you see this type of dialogue you're giving me? But what I'm saying is, I would have expected this type of dialogue versus what I saw on social media, because I don't play about a DUI. Because I lost my grandmother to a drunk driver. So this type of shit, I'm not sweeping under the rug. This type of shit, I don't hold no compassion for. You know what I'm saying? Because knowing on social media, this man was released from jail. He went back to the same place, indulged in the same exact activities that landed him in jail. And then the whole free Reese, free Reese, free Reese. Tisha, don't act stupid. That's exactly what you did in the episode before, where you wanted to downplay that y'all wasn't bringing him back in the same environment of what led to him getting arrested. Like, we're not doing that. The actions that Maurice have displayed, he can't come at nobody about how they should be better, they should do better, make better decisions. He can't say that to nobody. Like Melody said, I don't want to hear no MLK speech. I don't want to hear no Malcolm X quote. I don't want to hear no Langston Hughes poem. I don't want to hear nothing from him. All I want to hear from him is, I made a mistake. I should not have done this. I could have ended my life, and I could have ended somebody else's life. That's all I want to hear from him. Okay? Now, Tisha wants to defend his character by saying, oh no, people make mistakes. Like, let's not try to do that. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody deserves a second chance. No, ma'am. Not in this case. When you decide to get behind the wheel knowing that you're too intoxicated to drive, that's a choice. That's a choice. So I don't give a damn. Like, it's just so crazy to me that y'all want to crucify Melody for everything y'all accused her of doing, and she can't say, oh, I made a mistake. Y'all like to hold over her head. But what Maurice did, that was way more dangerous, oh, we just going to write it off. Even though the case was dismissed, the conversation still needs to happen, okay? And Tisha in the confessional saying that, I know that Melody has strong opinions about Maurice's DUI, and she should. She's affected by it, but this is Maurice's business and nobody else's business. But when it comes to this group, everybody's business is up for conversation. You goddamn right, Tisha. What you knew? Everybody. That's why you hid your business from what really was going on in your marriage from everybody else. And you're on a reality show where everything is going to be revealed in the process of y'all filming. Like everything is up for a conversation. Nothing is off limits when you're on a reality show. And I'm gonna ask you this though, Tisha. Was it your business to blast Kiki's business? Again, may she rest in peace. That wasn't your place to talk about her business. It wasn't your place to involve yourself in Sonny and Moses' business. It wasn't your place to involve yourself in Trish and Ken's business. It wasn't your place to involve yourself in what could have occurred between Trish and Martel. That wasn't your business. But you was already ready to question her in front of everybody. So Tisha, you can fucking miss me. Nobody is exempt. None of y'all are exempt from being talked about on this show. You guys can't escape this shit. I ain't got time. I don't, okay? So when she talked about checking in on Kimmy, because she refers back to being a wife and that the things that your husband does to embarrass you, it embarrasses everybody, right? And also looking at Kimmy's feelings and what Kimmy had to endure with her overcoming cancer, I just wanted to make sure she was right, okay? I just wanted to make sure she was good. And I feel like anybody who watched that scene, they were not understanding Melody's intentions, or they were not understanding Melody's point. Melody is not trying to create that everybody's husband is a cheater like hers. No. The point of the matter is, I've been married and my husband embarrassed me. You guys have still stayed married and your husbands have embarrassed y'all. That's all I am saying. Because it embarrassed Kimmy that she didn't know where Maurice was. It embarrassed Kimmy to find out that he was in prison. It embarrassed her. That's like, Tisha, you've been embarrassed the way that Marsau disregards you, disrespects you. You've been embarrassed. That's the whole point. Your husband's done things to embarrass you, and y'all look at everybody else as if they're not supposed to call it out, how they embarrassed you. But yet y'all was too busy trying to call out what Melody was embarrassed by. Y'all can miss me with that. Miss me, miss me. Then Melody wanted to insert that Maurice might have had red lipstick on his lips because his lips looked a bit stained in his mugshot. Tisha on the defense say, no, that's not real. That's just people trying to make something out of nothing. That's not doing that. You know what, Melody, don't even try, okay? I get what you was trying to do. You pretty much called out that Tisha, Maurice, Marsau, and Kimmy all made a pact to not discuss Maurice's DUI, which is not fair. Why come on a reality show if you're going to hide information? You wanted to protect an image. Why? Y'all didn't think about protecting Melody's image when y'all knew the shit that Martel's been doing. Y'all didn't care, especially y'all women that's on this damn show. So at the end of the day, fine, whatever. But it still leaves that question. Nobody knows where Maurice was when he got arrested. So having those questions of what was he doing, where was he at, who was he with, all of those questions are natural to believe and natural to think about. But fine. But whatever. So when Melody once asked Tisha, is it true that he got arrested around noon? I think Tisha slipped when she said he might have gotten arrested around the time Kimmy was doing grocery shopping. She said that, but not the whole Maurice might have gotten arrested. She just added, I think Kim was doing her grocery shopping. All right, Tisha. All right. So with not trying to engage in this conversation, Tisha leaves and says, I'm going to go investigative mail. She said, hell yeah. Y'all been investigating my life for the past 7 years. Then Tisha want to say, no, you volunteered. Pump your brakes though, Tisha. It's not so much as a volunteer. It's Melody doing exactly what she was supposed to do. While being on a reality show, she was being honest and transparent about what was going on in her life. She didn't fake the funk. She didn't lie. She didn't pretend. She was very open and honest about it. That's what y'all haven't been doing since y'all been on this show. Y'all have not been open. Y'all not have been honest. Y'all have not been transparent. Y'all have been fake. Y'all have been fronting. Y'all have been escaping by every season without showcasing y'all life. That's what happened, Tisha. You can miss me with that, okay? And Tisha decides to leave Mel with the bill. I hope she didn't pay it. Let the millionaire pay it. Since you want to talk about we're all multi-millionaires. Okay, Tisha, do you. And I'm going to move on. So now we get Destiny and Martel. And I don't want to spend too much time on them because they got on my damn nerves. Okay, Destiny and Martel meets up finally at a place they can eat on Wonder Who Paid. And she's upset about the way he acted an ass towards everybody. And he definitely owes Tisha an apology. Fuck Tisha and fuck you. Now, he said he does owe you some kind of an apology with the way he was being overly hostile, but he also checked you about the questions you asked him. Why did you ask me those questions? You know what, Martel? I can't say you deserve to question her about it, but you knew the answer because you made it a point to talk about Melody being there and why wasn't she there. That's what you did. And as far as confronting Marsau, Martel probably didn't want to confront Marsau in that manner. Destiny put the battery in your back to do it because you did tell her when you guys were at her storage unit that you felt the way about nobody checking in on you when your charges were revealed. And she figured, I guess, y'all would have talked about it then. But Destiny, please. I feel like you and Martel planned for that to be a moment. So him telling you, why did you ask me that? But you said you wanted to discuss it. I can't deal with you too. I can't because those questions you asked were referring to Mel because those were misleading questions that had nothing to do with anybody else. And as far as him leaving it that he definitely didn't feel supported, but then sometimes he wished he could be supported. He wished it would have been left at that, but it wasn't. And Destiny, you are a captain saving ass hoe that I just cannot deal with. You are sucking Martel's dick right now, right in front of us, as if we don't see it. Telling him that if you felt like you wanted to move forward and you wanted to be cool with everybody, I thought that it would have led that way. But Martel is stuck on the fact that Marsau said he lost respect for him. And when it was, revealed that I told him this isn't what I did, he didn't believe me, I'm upset about it. But I feel like as much as he's lost respect for you, you have lost respect for him. And at the same time, this conversation is happening. Chris and Marsau are going to have a conversation. Chris comes by to check Marsau because he's building a spec home. Always seeing Marsau in the prime of building a home, but we never see the final finish of a home. And just talking about how Destiny's field day went and how do you feel about it. He said, oh, I'm done. There's no coming back. Okay? And wondering how did it get here? Was it really about the interview? He said, listen, Marsau says that Martel always tried to say he gossiped on somebody because he don't like what's being said about him, which is the truth. Back with Destiny, he says to Destiny, I am 100% telling the truth. If he tries to make me out to be a liar, I have the proof. Now, she is just dismissing how serious the revenge peace situation and thought that it triggered him. No, it was more triggering that Marsau didn't just take that it was a misunderstanding. He didn't take or go along with the plan that all I got was a DV charge and a communications charge. I didn't get any of that to be a revenge P. I can't take it. But I felt like, just to see how everybody have went along with his delusions of just ignoring that everything aligned with the Revenge P case. And Marsau said, I'm not going to go along with that. While Marsau went along with just about everything, he wasn't going to go along with saying that I agree with the Revenge P. And Marsau talks to Chris about, I'm not going to ever be friends with this man because he's been disrespectful. You are cool with him, right? Yeah. But this man has constantly talked about your wife being a side chick and you never liked it. Yeah, we see multiple times. He's called Nell a side chick, Chris told him to stop multiple times. Still don't stop. He said, I don't want to deal with that. I don't. And I'm not going to go back and forth with this man because he keeps on saying he has something, then he apologizes, and he does it again. But I'm looking at Marsau, how are you surprised? He has done this countless of times. Why are you surprised? Why is all of this clicking now? Why? I think it's a tactic on your end to remove any participation you have about what Martel has been doing to Mel. But thanks to your wife, she already implicated y'all. Point blank, period. And Destiny tells Martel, I think you owe Tisha an apology because as a woman, that's been Destiny's line this season. As a woman, it was very hard and very sad to hear. Okay, Destiny, just like it was, hard for you to hear that Sunny was asked when is she going to have children with her own husband. That has nothing to do with you. Just like it was hard as a woman that she was willing to create a narrative that Melody was going along with the fact that she was okay with Martel cheating on her. She was forming a relationship with the mistress. As a woman, that's what you said. And as a woman, I don't find myself ever being friends with a woman who literally just got revealed that she might have had an intimate relationship with somebody who she calls a brother. As a woman, Destiny, none of those things you have displayed gives me you all about women empowerment. It does not give me you are support of women. You are a pick me. You are male identified. I cannot stand it. So he says, I do owe her an apology, but at the same time, I won't hold my tongue if Marsau is going to continue to come at me. And then Martel wants to reveal that Tisha has been a part of accepting that Marsau has cheated. Destiny said, you believe that Tisha has accepted things? Hell yeah, she's accepted things. I already revealed them earlier in this episode. She revealed the Africa trip. She revealed the back photo. She revealed not him wearing his ring. Like, she's accepted the way he manipulates and gaslights her. Yes. Then he mentions that Marsau has been in a relationship with a unknown woman for 2 to 3 years. A name was bleeped, and I feel like he said Alonda. If y'all know Alonda, Alonda was Martel's cousin and Melody's hairstylist. And she said, Tisha told me that, and that wasn't true. Girl, she lied to you. But at the same time, y'all remember after that season where everybody was blaming Mel for wanting to bring Alonda onto the show under the guise of her revealing she might have had a relationship with Marsau? Marsau and Tisha ended up getting on live, I think, after the reunion to have that conversation, pretty much telling her to read the script by telling them, I've never had a relationship with Marsau. There's never been anything going on between me and Marsau, and I was not going to go onto the show and lie about it. But then said that she was offered 10 grand to come on the show and lie about it. That's what Tisha said in her Messy Mondays. But then after the reunion, I heard it was 5 grand. I mean, I even watched that live and I thought it was dumb that they even had this conversation because it was going to be a part of a storyline that they never wanted it to be created. But other than that, all of that just put more on the blame on Mel because they never wanted this to be a possibility. They wanted to debunk any questions, any lingering rumors surrounding this, so they decided to say, let's all have a live together and tell her we're not doing this. Sure. Destiny is crazy as hell to me again. Because now she is still trying to attach Melody in that same category of agreeing to allow her husband to cheat in peace. I'm going to need for you to stop bringing Melody in the mix because Melody never agreed to shit. But Destiny finds it so far-fetched that Tisha will accept it. Tisha will go along with it. Hell yeah, she would. As long as Tisha can keep the title of being a wife, she definitely would. But why is it so far-fetched to not believe that Tisha would have agreed to allow her husband to cheat in peace as long as he doesn't make a slip? But it's so believable for what Melody might have done. I can't take it. I really can't take it. You know what I'm saying? But Martel said, I'm not willing to stop. I'm going to go low. If he's going to continue to go low with me, I will go lower. Marsau said, you will never be friends with this man again. I don't respect this man. I don't care for this man. Everything's been resolved. But Marsau can still, I guess, be an adult about it and still earn his check by still being around Martel. Might still be able to enjoy his company as someone he's cool to hang out with. But I will never form a real friendship. For me, I go back to season 5 when the fight happened at Madani. When Wanda made that rumor about Sugar Mama and Martel and Mel came together as a united front to defend it, Marsau wanted to convince Martel that what Miss Wanda said isn't what she said when we've all heard her live and she said what she said. They were coming to blows, which was very warranted and was very necessary for Martel to go after Marsau. Less than 24 hours after they come to blows, they back cool again. I would have sworn since Martel was getting good with Mel, he would have never been friends with Marsau ever again because that can definitely break up a friendship. But no, they got back cool, and I think since he didn't get what he wanted from that season with Mel, he enlisted their help again to do more harmful things to Mel. And at that point, it's like, fine. All of y'all have pretty much bargained what y'all needed to keep y'all secrets not being revealed by Martel, and he also needed allies to go along with his bullshit. And since Martel is not going to let this up, he's not going to try to fix things, Destiny is pretty much acting out of desperation because She has only been able to film with Martel. If she's gonna go along with him because she still wants to be his friend, then she might lose out on this check, because I need to be able to be in rooms with everybody. I need to be in a cordial place with everybody because I need this check. The plan that we have is not working. I need you to make things right so I can film around everybody. But again, that's it. That's all. Let's move on from there. So now we get to my favorite part, which Melody is meeting up with Trish to want to know what's up with her. I mean, she did leave the trip abruptly. I don't know her that well. So maybe I can figure out how we can see if we can connect, right? So she says, "Hi, how you doing? Um, so I'm happy we were able to meet. You know, I haven't really got a chance to get to know you. And I wanted to know, how did you feel about the trip? Oh, you felt good about the trip? Okay, good. So how have you been getting along with everybody? Everything's been going good? Yeah. So who have you gotten to hang out with majority of the time?" She said the Scots, no surprise. But she does feel a bit confused that everybody is a part of a group, but we don't really participate in a lot of group activities. Well, Melody said that the history between everybody is a bit awkward, so you gotta work around it. And then Trish speaks on not telling Melody bye. She said, "Well, I'm actually happy that you invited me out because I wanted to talk to you about not saying goodbye because I was just so pissed off because like everything was just so awkward. You know, everything just so awkward. Like it pissed me off with the way that everything was awkward." And Melody said, "What was awkward?" With the whole thing about Martel. You know, I was just so upset about the way people portrayed it. And Melody told her, "You helped made it awkward," which you did, okay? And she said, "Let me tell you why. It was at the sunset dinner where I gathered you weren't telling your friends the truth. And it was a truth about you actually going over to Martel's house, but you did not want to admit that you did go over there, but you never cleared up your reasoning because you didn't want it to perpetrate another story. But as soon as Martel felt like you should have just went along with his plan of not making it a big deal, you made it a big deal when you felt the way about him not remembering you and the questions that were asked of you. So you can't get mad about everybody else making it more than what it was when you had the opportunity to clear up so that way there wouldn't be no confusion." And then she wants to know what was Martel's motive. And she said, "You didn't find it awkward that you went over to his house under the impression of working out when you didn't even know this man?" Now she said she didn't know him. She knew of him because she grew up with Montez and that her sister went to high school. But that's not answering the question. You did not know him. No telling, you probably had a crush on him while you were hanging around his brother. He never gave you the time of day. So you had your opportunity when he reached out to you in the DMs, but yet he still didn't really remember you. And Melody asked Trish, "So what year did you go to his house?" She said, "In 2020. Oh, around what month?" She don't know what month. Melody is looking at Trish like, "You are a pitiful woman. You are a sad, strange individual. Like you are failing miserably. Like the fact that you're lying about going over to Martel's house or wherever he went, you don't know when, you don't know where, and why are you lying? Like all of this makes you look like a liar. All of this makes you look untrustworthy." So when she asked her, "What house did you go to? Because I could probably tell you which one you went." She just said it was a big one. "Okay, which one of the big ones?" She said it was up in the mountains. "Okay." Melody said, "Off of what road?" "I don't know." "Don't you live here? Weren't you born here? You don't know street names? You don't know highways, roads, nothing?" Girl, what? Obviously, these questions are just too fucking hard for Trish to ask. So maybe Melody had to slow it down. Okay, how about an easy one? What was the driveway? Can you think about what the driveway looked like? It looked like a regular driveway. No, not on the mountains. The mountains don't have typical driveways. The mountains have different types of driveways. There's a lot going on there. She just said nothing. Then she said, "The house was white." Okay, the house was white. Okay, how white was it? Because there was one that was white and there's one that was lighter than that. Which one was it? It was white. Okay, we're talking about that White House, then that was the house that I left in April. I left him in April of 2020. I was that house. And then I also filmed Behind Every Man in that house. And it was filmed around July, August. And then he moved out of that house around August, September-ish, fall-ish. Now, Trish obviously is catching a bit of a clue by saying, "Oh, yeah, it was chilly." Melody said it wasn't chilly around the fall time. So it's a possibility that you could have been there between August and April of 2020. The entire time that Melody is sunning the fuck out of Trish in this moment, and she does not get it. You can't even answer one question. You don't even know what street it was on, how the driveway looked like, if there was a broken window. You don't even know what was across the street. You don't know nothing. Girl, why are you so afraid of what's going to come out? Girl, it's been over 5 years since this happened, and you don't remember shit. Might be something else you don't want to reveal, but at the end of the day, Trish, you have made this hard for yourself, for anybody to want to move forward with you. You have made this very hard for yourself where you want to appear to be a liar. And it's just so crazy to me that you had a lot to say about Sonny. You looked down upon Sonny, was throwing out so much judgment towards Sonny, and in this moment, you can't even defend yourself and be presented as a different person in front of Mel. I cannot. It's just so crazy to me. It really, really is. And she asks, was Ken in the picture? No, he came much later. So Melody says, I don't really care about her intention of going over to Martel's house because I left at that point. What I care about is the fact that you had a numerous amount of time to pull me to the side to let me know about this and squash it, right? But no. And this is what she's been questioning this entire time, that girl code does not exist in this group. All the other ladies who want to be about girl code, they don't operate it, okay? They all about operating under the guise of embarrassing other women, embarrassing what they have going on, laughing at their expense. That's what they do, okay? And she asked Trish, was there any conversations about this before I invited you on this trip? Don't know how. This was a hard question to ask. Girl, was there any conversations being had with anybody else in this group pertaining what was your motive of going over to Martel's house under the guise of training or something else? She said, yes. Okay, so by the time I invited you on this trip, was things being said differently? Was there a picture being painted that you never wanted to be painted? Meaning the misrepresentation of what you said. Was that already brewing before I invited you on this trip? She said, yes. Okay, so you already knowing the narrative that's been said about you going over to Martel's house, and as soon as I invited you, you never thought to pull me to the side to tell me that there might be a conversation being brought up about you and Martel, so that way I can know. You never wanted to be brought up this way. You never wanted to be any confusion. You just wanted to be clear cut. This was happening. This is around this time. Nothing happened. Never occurred to you to let me know. You was allowing for the misrepresentation. You was allowing for the story to be bigger than what it was. Because other people were just expecting in such a big moment for this to occur, and you end up looking the most stupid out of it. And that was the end of that. Just seeing the way Trish was nervous and tense like she always does when she talks, Melody was like, girl, I got you. Like, you are failing miserably when it comes to this. And Trish, your whole introduction of this being your first season failed miserably. Stormy pretty much never gave you a heads up about nothing of how to present yourself in this group. Okay, you really can't blame nobody but yourself in this matter. And that's it, that's all. I ain't got nothing else. Please stay tuned for my next video, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.